So what we really do here is we start with a drawing, usually just on a separate piece of paper, and a clear sheet of plastic. This one I've started to do the drawing on, but you can see that it's quite transparent. It's 3/16 of an inch thick plexiglass, and I then line the plexiglass over the drawing, and I take this wet erase marker, which I will then be able to, because this is the front of the picture, this is the side that'll face the viewer, and I trace the lines of the drawing. I'm going to add a ring here. And this is his hand holding the monocle. This is from a photograph. This is an abstraction of a photograph I had of James Joyce at one time. And there I have the image, and it's on the front side of the glass now. What I'm going to do now is turn this over, because this is the side that I actually work. And you notice he's backwards, so if there was any writing or anything on the picture, that would also be backwards. And then I take this little battery-powered motor tool. I'm going to grind over these lines. I'm going to engrave that into the back side of this picture. So. Et voila. Now this is, because it's back painting, what I'm going to have to do is do all the shading first. So what I'd like to do is I like to paint this whole thing with a mixture of, this is acrylic paint, and this is just black mixed with a little bit of water. It's just watered down a bit to spread it. And here I'll start building up some of the character of the piece, in that the brush strokes that I make will eventually be a part of the piece, even though I'll wipe off a lot of this. Now the black paint that I put on has dried, and during the course of drying, the surface tension that's created, I don't know why, but by adding some water to that black paint, has pulled the paint into funny little spots. And you know, a lot of this just is very random. I mean, a lot of what I do, I really don't control. I go with what happens. I think for that reason, Vicki Boyce once described this process as one not for the faint of heart. So I'm going to just start removing some of this paint now. And what I leave will be shading. What you have to understand is that you have to really think backwards to do this, as to what you're leaving and what you're taking away. We're going to make sure that the glasses are, you know, nice and clean, so that when I paint the gold into the frames, that'll show up real well. However, this side of his face I'm going to make kind of dark, so I'm going to leave more paint on that side. I'm going to have the sense of his very intelligent forehead highlighted, so that we'll take a lot away from there. His hair starts to go off like that. I think his ear ought to be pretty visible. Now here, I've already put the gold from his glasses frames and a little bit of red for his lips and some more gold for his ring and his monocle. these paints are all somewhat transparent. The acrylics, some of them are stains and some of them are opaque. And so something that I know I'm going to come back with another color, but I'm using this turquoise, say, to shade his glasses so that you can see that there's a different color of his eyes, right? So I guess I'll start painting on this one now, and I'll just show you how the whole thing goes. Now that we've got our lines defined and we can just get rid of those first marks that we put on the front of the glass. They're gone forever now. They were just to get us going. There's a lot more to go yet here. This red isn't going to read real red from the other side. There's a couple of different yellows in here because I don't like to just go straight with anything. So, and I'm not going to mix it well, but I'm going to now start to paint in his face, try to get some of the facial structure happening here with the brush strokes. Into his ear. I think that'll be pretty good. I wonder if it would be worth just turning it around for a minute and seeing what it looks like. Sometimes I get just carried away and I don't look. I just sort of like to guess. I like to imagine how it's appearing, which can have its ups and downs. Okay, here we go. I'm thinking that maybe I don't have enough happening here in his mustache. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that to dry, we might as well just do some of the background here. And that's going to be my favorite color, red. I just can't say enough for what's it called? Cadmium. The cadmium reds and the cadmium yellows just do it for me. I don't like this brush. Color in his shirt. I've already put down some gold that's going to help make his shirt have a sort of a sheen to it, as if it was silk. What color would we make his hair? I think he's going to be pretty gray. putting that same blue down in the monocles as it's going to be up in his glasses. It's not going to be like, it wouldn't be like a logical thing, but somehow it'll tie them all together. You'll understand the monocle better. If you see that color up here and you know that's eyes, and then you see that color down here, then you know you're going to understand that this is also an eyepiece. I'm going to put some more black in his hair. You know, okay, I'm going to sort of continue working his hair now. I'm just going to get some more of that feeling in there. What I want is to make these glasses really appear to be glasses. They're not doing too bad as they are. The glasses are very important in this picture, so I want to show that the light reflects off of these compared to his face, you know, where I need to stop the light above the surface of his face. I'm going to turn this back over, turn this back on, and I'm just going to go scratch through all the paint and back down to the surface of the plastic. So you can see the light going through there. Now I'm going to take some of this red paint and let's see if this gets the desired effect. There we go. So now you sort of see a reflection on the glasses. So when a painting is more or less finished, the last thing I do, both to protect the back of the painting from being scratched, and usually as a final color statement, I'll take some gesso. You know how if you were working on a canvas, the first thing you'd put down would be the gesso. So it follows that when you're doing this kind of painting, it's the last thing that you put down. So I'm going to put this gesso all over the painting. Like I say, it both protects the painting underneath it because the gesso is a very tough paint. And it'll also, some of this color will come through, especially through the yellow of his face. See nothing on this side, and on this side, you have your painting. And that's James Joyce. Voila.